Hi, my name is SIGCHI, and I am speaking on behalf of my co-authors Natalie Freed, Tiffany Tseng, Faye Shaw, Barbara Liedahl, Becca Rose Glowacki, and Yoshihiro Kawahara to present our work, Exquisite Circuits, Collaborative Electronics Design Through Drawing Games. In this project, we adapt the classic Exquisite Corpse drawing game, but for paper circuits. To play Exquisite Corpse, players take turns drawing different sections of a page. Each section is hidden from other players, but the lines are extended from section to section so that the drawings connect even though they're drawn independently. At the end of the round, players unfold to reveal the entire drawing. It's something new, coherent, and surprising even though they all had a hand in creating it. This game was originally created by the surrealists who were interested in disrupting the kind of logic and order of the individual mind by using surprise and hiding information and collaboration. And we wanted to see if we could take this improvisational, surprising way of design into electronics. We decided to use paper circuitry as the medium because it preserves the original kind of paper and drawing and lightness of the original game, but it has all of the affordances of computation and electronics and interactivity. To play the game, 5 of us gathered for an online workshop over Zoom that was organized using a Google Doc. To do the actual circuit design, we used a software called Circuit Sketcher, which we are currently developing for paper circuit design. It's basically a paint program with features like stamped footprints and the ability to easily export for creating either a template or a cut file for final cut paper circuits. Our pilot game had 4 rounds. In the first 3 rounds, we had 15 minutes to begin, continue, and finish a circuit design in Circuit Sketcher. Between these rounds, the file was exported and passed on to the next player. In the 4th and final round, we had 1 week to fabricate a physical artifact based on the circuit design. So this is what we created. Stars emerged. And squiggly lines turned into flowers. These parallel lines kind of turned into a seaweed underwater origami scene. Swirls grew and stayed swirly. And finally, there was this interesting conversational character design. As we played, various themes emerged. First, there was process fluidity in that when we drew something, it could either be a circuit, it could also be part of a drawing or an annotation, and we were able to easily move back and forth between these realms of thinking and design. There was also cooperation in that players took care to preserve what came before them and make space for players that came after. There was also a surprise because we could not predict what people were going to do, or we could not communicate what we were planning. And an interesting sense of shared responsibility emerged in that one did not have to focus on making a drawing and a circuit that worked at the same time. Someone else could think about how to make the circuit work or complete the drawing. And so this gave us a sense of freedom, which related to the last theme, which is ambiguous objectives. It was never clearly stated that we had to make a working circuit or a beautiful drawing. It was really up to us what our goals were, and our goals evolved as we played. Reflecting back on the experience of playing Exquisite Circuits, first there was a sense that as we moved from the design phase to the fabrication phase, the experience was more precious and less playful. As we had more time, we were able to plan out things, and it was less of an improvisational surprise. Second, the original game is playable by anyone who can draw a mark, whereas we were only able to play this pilot game with expert paper circuit designers because we wanted to just try out the game. We would like to play with a more diverse population in the future to see what new things would happen. Finally, there was this sense that as we played more and stopped thinking so much about making working circuits, there was a disruption in the hierarchy between the tech and the art, and we got to start asking ourselves questions like, what does a working circuit even mean? And related to this, we realized that the creative resistance of hiding from others what we design actually can add value to the game. And we realized there's so many variations to how we can play. Like, we can restrict how much time people have to fabricate. We can choose to hide information so that future players cannot see what previous players drew, except only at the folds, like in the original game. So there's a lot to play with here, and it's not just a single game. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you will try out Exquisite Circuits. You can try the software at circuitsketcher.com and use the hashtag Exquisite Circuits to see what we created, as well as what others are creating up on social media. So thank you so much.